Hey there, Kristen Williams here at Ephemera Paducah, and look at this luscious array of art supplies out in front of me here. I was so excited to say yes when the StencilGirl team was asked if we would be part of a blog hop with Aladine to talk about Seth Apter's new products and stencils. So duh, that sounded like a fun thing to do. I'm going to use all of these in my demo, and my purpose for this blog hop, I wanted to see how well the Aladine products played with some of our already beloved mixed media tools and supplies. So I've got a gel press plate out, one of the cute little Ranger rollers. I'm going to use the pigment inks, the dye spray, and the ice, and I've got this lovely color palette going, and I'll have in the comments the specific colors that I've used. And what I've done is I've laid a background on some of these little books that I like, and I did the background in a regular acrylic paint. So I've got some golden heavy-bodied acrylics on as a baseline, some of Dina Wakely's heavy-bodied acrylics, and then our lovely Paper Artsy Fresco finish paints that we like so well. So I've also got a little palette out here to use with the more fluid media in the Aladine products, to use with dip pens, and show you what I've done with that. So I will be right back. I'm not going to make you watch me put all this stuff away, but I will be right back. So the first thing I want to show you is how to use the ice ink with a stencil and the ice. I've got a cute little book that I painted this morning with some gold paint and that orange. And let me just show you. This is a Boro stencil that I designed. I like the little, this is one to show you how the little closed-in stencil, how that works. I'm not using a brush with the ices. I watched the video with Seth and Mary Beth last night, and it would take a lot to get these cleaned out with a brush. So I'm just using a palette knife, and I'm not going to cover this whole thing, but just some bits and parts so you can see. But again, this is a small stencil, lots of little openings, and let's see how that does. Take this and just press on there. And pretty cool. I like that. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll probably spray or do something else on top of that, but that's just one layer right there. Aha! A new stencil. A clean gel plate. This is one of Ray Missigman's stencils. These lovely, odd circles. I just think they're wonderful. And when I was playing with these the other day, I discovered a technique that I want to show you. The ices, there's still some black on there. I'm going to do just a little black on the bottom of each of these circles. I might need a little more. But again, I'm using my palette knife. I have the gel press plate, and then look how beautiful. Oh, lovely. So it's blending on that gel press plate. Man, that's hard to say without too much coffee today. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to lift this up. Aren't those great? And I have painted this with some orange Paper Artsy, I believe. Very cool, huh? I like that little bit of black in there and then the whiskey on top. And I hate wasting a good print like that. Here's some rice paper that I was using yesterday to see how well it did with that. And this will be great for use in collage. Yeah, you know, the second pull is always the better, isn't it? Isn't that cool? Lovely, lovely. And here's some Yupo paper that I was playing with. Let's get the rest of that, and then I will move on. Yeah, hot mess. All right, I will be back with my next. So here is a little bit more of an open stencil that I'm going to try. This is a Weber, or Weeby, W-I-E-B-E. But I like the organic shape of this, and I think what I'd like to do, instead of using the gel plate, I'm just going to put this directly on this that I have painted. And this is Quinn Gold and Titan Buff on one of these little craft paper books. The black, especially Winter's Night, I think just does some dramatic things. So we're going to use that on here. Maybe a little gold too. Yeah, let's start with the gold. The gold is, the metallics of these are opaque and everything else is translucent. So I put a little gold there. I'm always going to put it somewhere else. And I'm just spreading this. So this is on top of the golden heavy body paints. And you will see how nicely it works. Okay, here's the Winter's Night coming in on top. Ooh, lovely. Trying to keep those sections. I don't mind it abutting. I don't want a big smear job. All right, you ready? Oh, wow. I like that a lot. I should be cleaning these as I go. I just don't want to waste your time unless you watch me. But look at that. So with that paint underneath and this gel on top, it's just fun. Next up, so here is the craft paper with the Quinn Gold, nickel azo gold. I had the wrong one. Golden paint underneath. I left some of the craft paper showing, and I want to show you the sprays through a stencil with this, and I'm going to do that gold just because it's lovely. I might do a little honey with that as well. Let me do that first. What I do with the sprays, just because to me it's always a little shocking when you spray a spray. So I spray it, yeah, there we go, somewhere else first, just so I know how much is going to come out. So I'm going to do just a little of this, 3 places, and then let's see what this gold spray does. I'm going to spray it first. There we go, just ruin that. Okay. And I'm going to quickly pick this up. Ooh, cool. And drop it over here. And yeah, I'm going to let that run just a little bit too. But that gold is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, my last mad scientist experiment is we've got these lovely sprays, and then I also want to show you the pigment inks, but I've fallen in love lately with these old dip pens, and let me tell you, these work great as well. So here is, I poured some licorice into this palette, and this is one that I did earlier. Let's see what I want to do. I'm just going to scribble right down here along that line. But this is flowing. It's just going so smoothly over that page. And generally what I do is I just give them a real quick rinse and wipe them off. I try to keep the different colors different as well. This is roast chestnut, which I think will go nicely on here too. But let's just do some little, hoping you can see this. It's just a tiny little line. And maybe just a little white. And here's a skewer that's broken. Here's one that's not. And you can even write with the skewer if you want. Gives a little larger. I love making little lines of meditative dots. Alright, just to show you real quick what all that looks like. And let me show you some that I did earlier that are more finished. This is using that Cynthia Silveri stencil on top with the honey spray. There's just a lot of layers, and I used the gold ice to do that, and then some mark making. Here's the technique I showed you with the Ray Missigman stencil and the two colors of ice, and then I just went in and scribbled around with the licorice. And another one of those with some mark making. And oh look, I've got two books to play with. Bottom line, these guys play extremely well with others. Highly recommend them. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much. Oh, and where do you buy them? That's a great question. I have them at Ephemera Paducah, and I know Seth Apter has them online in his shop. And if you have a favorite retailer who's carrying them, please support those small businesses. And have a great day. Stay safe, everybody.